how does one get back on their feet when they feel like kind of their whole ground is ripped out from underneath them? Because it's a big decision to get married. And by the way, it's crazy that no one teaches us who to choose to get married to. Because we're going blindly into this decision, being like, oh my God, I like you. Oh my God, I like you too. Let's just get married. No, that's not how it works. And then we don't know how to be married. And then you make this decision and then it gets ripped out from under your feet. How do you get back up from that place? Welcome to You're Allowed to Hate Your Husband, a modern day love story. I am Remy Stern. I'm a relationship coach, and we are going to talk all things relationships, from being single to dating to being engaged, married. Who you marry is the most important decision you will ever make.
If you're looking for a wife, which is a beautiful thing to do, the best thing to do is to choose wisely.
If you're thinking, what am I doing wrong? Everybody else has it right. Then you are in the right place, because trust me, nobody knows what they're doing. I'm so excited. Please hop right in, listen to this episode, listen to this series, and we are so excited that you are joining us here. Welcome back to You're Allowed to Hate Your Husband. This episode is another Ask the Guy with Jonathan. And I think this one might be my favorite because he was really extra smart today. The main themes, I would say, are about doing the inner work, elevating yourself so you feel really good, whether it's before a first date, whether it's with your husband when he's coming home every day, but how to be that absolute best version of yourself, how to communicate with a partner, communicate with a new relationship, really how communication can be key to any relationship, and then how to let go, trust the universe, accept what is meant for you, and let everything else go with grace, with ease, and just live your best life so that you can receive everything that is meant for you in your life. So hop into this episode. I know you're gonna love it. Welcome back to Ask the Guy. I do not know which one we are at this point, but I do know that people love the Ask the Guy and Jonathan's answers. And realistically, any advice that I give in my entire business is straight from you. So thank you.
I'm truly flattered. I enjoy helping, giving back, sharing my wisdom or my crazy opinions. So it's my pleasure.
You're very wise. I
Thank
knew
you.
this about you when we first started dating, but I didn't really realize how wise you are. Where do you get it all from? Because I do a lot of...
Definitely my mother, my father. I think it's in my soul. It's in my soul. I'm not so wise, but who I am is because I was blessed with whoever I am.
Well, that is really cute. And I actually, not to toot our own horns, but I say the same thing. I had something about me. I remember when I was so young of knowing how to help people. So young. Even I remember maybe even my parents, I had it in me. So I think we have it in us. And hey, soulmate, crushing it. The first one we've got. The girl says, in stages of new relationships, tips if the girl is nervous.
Tips if she's nervous. I think that you should mentally and physically prepare yourself and strengthen yourself 24 to even 48 hours before a date. Before I went on dates, especially ones that I was looking forward to, I would go to work, go straight to basketball, get a phenomenal sweat, eat a very tasty, healthy meal on my couch, watch some TV, go to sleep at a healthy hour, wake up feeling like $1 million. That's what gave me confidence, strength, and that extra pep in my step. So if you're feeling nervous, which is totally normal, you should do whatever it is that makes you comfortable in your state. So whether it's yoga, whether it's meditate, don't overextend yourself. Don't smoke your jewel till 2 a.m. thinking what outfit you should wear or whatnot. No. That's not very intelligent. Take care of yourself, strengthen yourself, get some rest, and you'll wake up feeling strong for your date. And hopefully your nerves will be more at ease.
Oh, love it. And I'm going to go a little farther with this question because I feel like there's even that next stage. but Levy by Remy talk, the energetic work of feeling your best, I genuinely believe is more important than actually even showing up on the date and like saying the right thing and finding your person. Like you being in the place where you're ready to receive something as special as your soulmate is the most attractive energy that someone can be in for the thing that's meant for them. And then if it's not meant for you, like you go on the date and the person's not meant for you, it doesn't rock your world because you know that you're in the state of attracting what is for you. And that will bring exactly, and you're not going to miss out on any opportunities. So you are speaking Levy by Remy.
Exactly. So I'd also like just to add, and I'm sure you'll agree, is you're still going to show up on the date and you're going to be who you are. And not every time you're with your future husband, you're going to be at your best. Sometimes you'll be tired. Sometimes you'll be overworked. Sometimes you'll be rushed. Things will come up and you're not always going to have the time to like really come straight from the spa to a date. So don't let it get you down. You're still going to kick butt. However, if you can get in there with your full battery, your full strength. I, for example, had a basketball game last night and I played pretty well. And I knocked down probably 70% from the field. And I felt great, felt strong, and it was a huge win. I even lifted after. I have a game tonight. And I'll tell you, from 2 a.m. till 5 a.m., I was tossing and turning in bed. I couldn't sleep. I've been walking around like a zombie all day. I, by all means, might go 10 from 10 for the field tonight. However, trust me, I'd much prefer to be going into this game feeling rested, feeling strong, feeling ready to rock, feeling like I have fully charged batteries. So if you're going to go on a date and you're really looking forward to it, try to go in there with your best chances of feeling good so you don't have these nervous feelings.
I love it. And so the things that are going to make someone feel good are typically, I love that someone said once on a podcast that I listened to, the easiest, quickest way to start is moving your body and working out. Like it just, I don't care who you are, if you've never worked out before, it will start to feel good.
The endorphins go flying.
Yes,
I love it.
And
I love it.
It's tough to get there, but get your sleep, move your body, eat foods that feel good, talk to people who feel good, listen to podcasts if you like that, read books if you like that, watch your favorite show, but like that upward spiral activities, not the
sure.
downward spiral activities. And don't scroll TikTok and Instagram and smoke your jewel and stay up
Be
late.
nervous. No.
Yeah, that energy
If I'm at
shows.
100% if I have a good night's sleep and I'm running around, or I do a workout in the morning, that day where I do a workout in the morning, I'm at 200%.
Yeah, it really
That's me.
helps.
Find whatever gets you to 200%, and hopefully that will give you the confidence to knock down these nervous feelings.
Yeah, it really helps. Even last night, I never go to night workouts, but I really couldn't fit it in yesterday. I knew I couldn't fit it in today. So I was like, you know what, going to a night workout. And I was 10 minutes late because it was hard for me to get up and get there. But I left and I was like,
You felt
you
good
go,
after?
girl. I said,
Yeah.
you did it. You go, girl.
Bravo.
So my follow-up to this one is like we're talking about like showing up to kind of the first date, just that energy of showing up to date.
Sure.
But what if it's early stages of a new relationship? So now we're talking, they've been, let's say, 6 weeks, a month and a half. They've gone on 6 dates. They've really started to get to know each other, start to like each other. And you're getting nervous of like, oh my God, I like him and I like this situation. You know, that like next stage nervousness, like the new stages of relationship nervousness. How do you feel confident in yourself, in the relationship to trust that it's going to take the path that it should take?
Communication.
Bravo. Okay, tell me more.
I think we're not talking about the first date anymore. We're 6 weeks in. And now you're deciding if you and your potential teammate want to go together on this two-way street, this beautiful journey of marriage and hopefully family and happiness and being roommates and being together forever. Sharing trust, sharing love, enjoyment of life. Everything is now one. So communication. At this point, you should really start communicating, being honest, seeing if they're interested in joining you on this beautiful journey. But at the same time, you need to decide for yourself whether this person is the person that you want to be spending the rest of your life with. And whether there's no backseas really, right? I mean, you could separate, but like you don't want to go into that thinking that. So you really want to know, like, Is this the person I would be happy spending the rest of my life with? And 6 weeks in, you can start communicating. And if they jump ship, okay, wasn't for you.
And how do you communicate to a man? Because this is like, it's such a good answer, but I think as a woman, this comes up. It's like, how do I bring up the, is this going somewhere? What are we without scaring the guy away? Is there a way to do that? Because I brought it up to you in a
I-
very funny way.
You did bring it up to me in
And I was playing the
a
cool
laughable
girl,
way. And
the cool girl card, like being like, it's totally okay if like you don't see this going anywhere, but do you?
just
And
be honest. Be honest. Play games. Do whatever, but like get the conversation going. There's no one way to ask. Of course, you could do it vanilla. You could do it chocolate. You could do it dulce de leche. There's this new churros flavor that's out there that I'm in love with.
You are.
Do you? Every relationship is unique, and just get into a place where you can communicate this and see if it's for real for you and or for them.
I love it. So at first, energy, and always keep up the energy work. That goes, if you're going into a conversation date on date 7, get a good night of sleep.
The energy work never stops, even when you're married.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. You're right. Okay, next question. I've been on and off with a guy. He said he's flying to see me very soon, but never specified when. Do I drop his ASS?
Well, if you really like him and he said he's coming very soon, you can decide for yourself whether you want to just kind of keep him in the room. That's fine. If he's delaying or playing games or not being responsive, drop him like a bad habit. The only option is on. If he's on and off, he's out. He's got to be on. Do you think I would ever want my daughter to be wasting her time with a guy that's on and off? Bye-bye. See you later. Out. He's got to be on. If he's not on, okay, great. Wish you the best, but go find your on. You want a guy that's on. You want a guy that adores you, that respects you, that wants to be with you, that wants to plan trips with you, that wants to enjoy every part of life with you. And if he's on and off,
He's out.
Go find that on.
So I 100% agree. Obviously, no girl should ever settle for on and off and like try to make it work. The only thing is there are like nuances and things that come up. Like, for example, you went quote unquote off with me once and I thought it was off, but you were doing an icing.
I was never off with you, not for a minute.
Okay, but it felt like it. When I was like, oh, okay, like would love to see you this week. And then I said it a little different than that. I was like, I think I could squeeze you in.
You were a horrible texter. You only responded to my texts, and I needed to, lay down a lesson. So I needed to see if you're interested. I mean, I knew when we were on dates, you had the best time of your life, literally of your entire life when you were with me, starting with date 1 and continuing. So I knew you were in, but your texting was absolutely horrible. So I needed to ghost you text-wise for a minute or two just to see if you'll wisen up and start your engine. And guess what you did? You started your car and you go, hello.
It's me.
It's me.
I'm here.
And I said, all right, finally, her car works.
Okay, well, in the moment, it felt like you were off. And then another example was when a girl came up to me and said something, and I was like, oh, great. So he's just playing around. It's like, it doesn't mean that it has to be so clear cut, because sometimes I think people do get in their head and they're like, oh, it doesn't look exactly the way it should. Like, that means it's off.
No.
But I think that, like, yes, the energy should be on. There's going to be speed bumps.
That's where communication comes into play. You sat me down and you said, I heard a crazy story about you. And I said, shoot, tell me. And I told you, listen, it's a great story. It's partly true, but the rest of it's totally false. This is how I feel. This is the truth. We had a beautiful conversation, and that's when we both jumped into the swimming pool together and, took the next step in our relationship. So it all came from this starting of communication.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're
don't
right.
assume, don't listen to somebody else. This is the guy you want to spend the rest of your life with, and something's on your mind, bring it up.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
I agree. I also am going to lead back just to the energy work, which for a woman, communicating from a place, like, I think it's something we're not taught, but sometimes we'll like jump on men. So we're like, what are we? Are you seeing other girls? Like, it becomes jumpy. Whereas for a woman, if you lean back and you have patience with it, like,
lean back, baby.
Lean back.
I think that
lean back. No, but really,
it's a very uh, gray area. The are we boyfriend or girlfriend? Like, I think that it's a dance. On the first date, you have a great time. A guy might be seeing one other person. He might be seeing five other people. He might be seeing zero. I don't know. It's totally fine. But by your third, fourth, fifth date, he starts to knock away at his distractions and he really starts to focus on you. And if you're both going in the right direction, um, there's a process. So you don't go crazy. Don't, just communicate. And be understanding of the fact that somebody, might be having fun, but getting rid of that fun and taking you seriously. And he might only want to take you seriously after you commit. He doesn't, maybe you're playing
Speaking
games
from
according to him.
experience.
Yeah, it took us like a month, two or
Three. I think it's
three
three.
to like really lock each other in. Before that, we were going on dates on a
Yeah,
weekly
2, 3.
basis. We liked each other a lot and our enjoyment of each other kept growing and growing. And I was like kind of like really interested from the second I met you. But there was a process. I needed to see if you were for real, if you wanted to be my teammate, you know.
Yeah. No, so I think it's making sure that the car is driving in the right direction, but if there's some like detours and speed bumps that come up, it's normal. It's a relationship. It's not meant to be perfect. Am I correct?
It's part of the game. It's totally fine.
Keep doing the energetic work, communicate.
Communicate.
And
Get the truth.
And if it's not right, then you move on to the next. It's not right, right?
Yes.
Okay, next up. Post sudden divorce in 20s, how to not feel broken.
Broken. That's sad to hear that word. I wouldn't look at it as a crutch. I would look at it as a strength. It's obviously not the norm or standard. However, I have several friends that are unbelievable. They got married young, realized it wasn't for them. They both realized it wasn't for them, and they jumped ship. And it was a learning experience. And everybody's different. Everyone has different upbringings, so everyone has different experiences. I wouldn't look at it as a crutch. I'd look at it as a strength. You know more about yourself. You know more about what you want for your future. You learned a lesson that most people don't learn, and it's totally fine. I know that my friends who got divorced in their 20s all married amazing partners. So obviously, you have the sky is still the limit. So keep your head up, and you're not broken. If anything, you have a little bit of extra wisdom.
I love that. I think it's great. It's relationships. And I've heard before that like it can be a soulmate for that moment. And they came in, they taught you something, and then you're now meant to move on. Like you were taught that lesson, like you said. So yes, now you have a strength. How does one get back on their feet when they feel like kind of their whole ground was ripped out from underneath them? Because it's a big decision to get married. And by the way, it's crazy that no one teaches us how like who to choose to get married to because we're going blindly into this decision, being like, oh my God, I like you. Oh my God, I like you too. Let's just like get married. Like, no, that's not how it works. And then we don't know how to be married. And then you make this decision and then it gets ripped out from under your feet. Like, how do you get back up from that place of
I
feeling?
would put yourself together first and then get out there and kick butt. So if you feel broken inside or if you have this insecurity, then put yourself back together and get on your feet, make yourself feel great, take care of yourself, and go enjoy life. The rest will fall right into place.
I love it. I think bring joy back into your life is probably one thing.
Very good.
Because yes, it can feel heavy, but bring joy back in and everything will fall into place. Beautiful. How do you decide where to live when moving in together when one wants uptown versus downtown?
Rock, paper, scissors.
That could work. That could work.
Odds are even.
That could work.
Poker game, backgammon. Whoever wins gets the decision.
What about flipping a coin? Isn't that
These
like
kids
the
don't
OG?
have coins anymore. It's
That's
just
true.
Venmo and
That's true.
PayPal.
That's true. That's true. So you can rock, paper, scissors and see who wins. Best 2 out of 3.
I think that if you're truly deciding as a team where you want to live, I'm assuming someone might or might not want uptown for their own reasons, and someone wants downtown for their reasons. I can guess that downtown is more fun, more lively, and somebody wants to be near their work. Maybe the guy works in Midtown and he's just rather something along those lines. I don't know. Maybe his family's up there. Think about it. Whoever really has the strongest opinion um, might actually get the win. However, meet in the middle. So if you move uptown and it's close to your work and you're winning, make sure that you go downtown as often as your partner desires. Go out of your way to go to hot new restaurants downtown all the time. Make them feel like they're still winning as well because you are a team.
Beautiful, brilliant. Just on personal opinion, fun fact, living uptown is fabulous. It's boring as all can be. Just kidding. It's not that boring. There's some action up here. And then downtown is a hop, skip, and a whatever you call it away. Like
Jump.
there you go. Hop, skip, and jump. You just go right down. And so to have like a quieter, homey feel and then the fun downtown. But what Jonathan's saying is much deeper, which is communicating and compromising in a relationship is super important. And that's going to be pretty much the definition of moving forward in your relationship, where one person's going to have one opinion, the other person's going to have a different one. How do you make a decision together where the decision is in front of both of you and you both are on the same team in front of the decision rather than like you against the other person? Logic will probably be like whichever one's more logical, like you said.
I would say logic is a good. I'd also just not go too crazy. I mean, sounds like you could have a lot of. This is not like a married couple with 4 kids and like where the school is, and let's go downtown and then ship the kids uptown every day. Like, no, this is obviously just a young, newly married. One wants to be in the fun downtown. The other one wants to start becoming more boring and more adult, just like me.
And me.
Please reach out once you move uptown so we can be buddies.
Yeah.
But
join us.
yeah, you're one now. So just talk it out, go through the positives of each area, and then whoever wins, that person should really, compensate the other. So
Yeah, but
so they're both
always,
winners.
this is just a metaphor. Always have some downtown in you. Never
Oh, yeah. Honey,
never
you
let
can
that
go
go.
on the subway anytime you want. Take my Metro card, go downtown, go have fun, come on back.
By the way, me and my friend are going to lunch tomorrow, and we're like, oh my God, should we go to the new Pura Vida on like 29th and whatever? And we're like, let's not kid ourselves. We're not going past 61st Street. Like, we are.
I would love to review it. I can't wait till they start delivering.
I know, do they not?
I put in my calendar every 2 weeks to see when they're going to start delivering because they haven't started yet.
But like, how funny. We're like, no, 61st way too low. We cannot go down there. So yes, just keep.
That's true. If we lived near there, we'd be there all the time. If we lived in cooler areas, we'd be hanging out in cooler spots all the time. But I'm a happy guy. I love it up here. And anytime our heart desires to go to Upside Pizza downtown, treat yourself to a nice pie.
Upside shout out. Okay, next up. What causes guys to lose interest in early stages? Context. After just one date, it feels like you're not getting the full picture. Good question.
Okay. So have you ever watched the show Wife Swap?
No. Oh, I have an idea of it, but yes, tell me.
So you have like a couple, 2 couples, and they switch partners for a week. Drives everybody up the wazoo. Nobody comes back wanting to. Nobody wants to stay. Everybody can't wait to get the hell out of there after a week. And then you take you go back to your spouse and you learn that like, wow, everybody's different. Like imagine if I were to switch
with who?
You with any of my friends' wives.
I'm trying to.
They all married great girls. But like you just can't picture it. For every person, there's that one person that they truly love and they connect with, and that's for them. You can't just like switch. So with that said, when you're dating, you can't just go and marry 39 people a year and be like happy about it. Like you're really looking for what's for you, and everybody's got different tastes, and everybody ends up with a different type of girl, and it is what it is. You can't be upset about it. Go find yours. And if that person you're on a date with is just not that interested, it is what it is. Don't knock yourself, don't beat yourself up. You weren't exactly for him, whatever the reasons, who cares? Go find you.
Okay, so question, because I want to turn it to you, because how many first dates do you think you went on? With great girls, mind you.
I'd say 50 a year.
50 a year?
Yeah.
And he had a lot of years, everybody, to go on 50
I
dates.
did have a lot of years.
He had a lot of years to go on 50 dates.
50 times 20, I went on 1,000 first dates. No, I probably went on 500.
Oh, I think I went on 5
But they
first dates.
weren't always for marriage. You got to knock off a couple of years because I did have a girlfriend a couple of years out of the 2 decades.
Okay. So you went on a lot of great first dates, like great girls, let's put it this way. And you kind of had a thing that like you really wouldn't take them on a second or third just for fun for the girls that you like potentially would marry. Like if they weren't for you, they weren't for you. How could you figure out on the first date if they weren't for you? I mean, I'm very happy they weren't, obviously, because
I went on first dates with an enormous amount of home run girls, great girls, whether they became my girlfriend, whether we went on a second date, or whether we just ended it at one date. But they weren't all for me.
but
There's
like
no magic. It's all about magic. It's all about electricity. If there's no magic and they're not for me, as amazing as they are, I wasn't interested in going on a second date. A, I didn't want to lead them on. B, I didn't want to waste my time. And C, like that's not how the game goes. If there's no magic, in your opinion, in your heart, you don't ask for a second date.
But that's a lot of pressure for a first date to like have so much magic. Like, what if the first date didn't have magic, but like second or third did? We just had a beautiful lady on the
Well, it doesn't
podcast
always
who,
have to be like a total magician, David Blaine. Like you can also like if there's interest, and you go on a second date. But do you want to force a second date with somebody that's not interested in taking you on the second date? Like whoever you are, you're probably an amazing person, and I think that you should focus your energies on the people that want to spend time asking you out on that second, third, and fourth date, as opposed to, wait, but let me just email this guy all my strengths, a couple of nudes, a couple of this, a couple of that, to see if maybe he's interested. I give him a full picture. I'll give him a 5-page essay of who I am, where I come from, maybe, this is that, this. Forget it.
yeah. I mean, the truth is you don't want anything that doesn't want you back. Like if something doesn't want you back, this comes up in business and in dating and relationships. Like if it does not want you back, why the heck would you want it? And says nothing about your worth if it doesn't want you back. It's just not meant for you. And something that's been life-changing for me has been my faith. And so knowing that whatever is meant for me will not pass me by. So, Hashem is guiding, if you're going to use that word, or the universe or God, whatever you use, is guiding you perfectly. And if that first date, like if you thought it was going to be your husband because he had the perfect resume and you went and then he wasn't interested, something greater, Hashem, the universe knows better. It's not your person. So move on. Like you said, head up. If he doesn't want you, you don't want him back, whatever is meant for you will be yours and whatever is not will pass you by. So like, let it go. Let it go. Right.
I'm sorry that if you go on a date with Brad Pitt and he doesn't want to go on a second date with you, it sucks. I know it sucks. But relationships, marriage, dating, it's a two-way street and you can't force it. So put yourself in the best position you can to feel good, to be happy, respect yourself. And it's okay if somebody doesn't feel the magic and doesn't ask or want to go on a second date. It is what it is. Go focus on your win because your win is very close.
Love it. Also, just a fun fact, an exercise that I love to do is to come up with this avatar of your person. And there's a whole process that I do with it. And then get connected to that avatar so much that you like know they're coming. You're so excited to meet them. Maybe you have like a little Pinterest picture of like you two staring out into the ocean or the distance and be like, oh my God, can't wait to see you next week. Like it's kind of the fake boyfriend idea. It's like you're so excited to meet this person that anybody that doesn't fit the avatar or isn't madly in love with you on the first date but like anyone who doesn't fit that avatar isn't your boyfriend. So who cares? Like you just keep moving. It's that fake boyfriend at home. Get excited for him to be here and enjoy the ride until you meet him.
And by the way, if I would have picked anybody before I met you, I would have picked like Cindy Crawford in her prime or like Jessica Alba or something. But the honest truth is I wouldn't trade you for either of them.
I love you. Thank you.
Have faith and have respect for yourself.
It all works out in the end.
Trust
And it
the
makes
process.
perfect sense. And wife swap sounds hysterical.
And Jessica Alba, if you are listening.
Okay, next question. What's an attractive quality in a wife that we would be surprised to hear or just isn't obvious?
I think in marriage, it's more like it's a mirror. Okay. So of course, when I come home, when I enter my home, I love seeing you happy. I love seeing you excited. I love seeing you filled with love. Of course, that gets me going. Um, but I think an attractive quality would be being content, being accepting with love, and making things easy for me. I think those are the huge wins. When you make things easy for me, I only want to make things easy for you. So it's like the best move in the world. So it's like a mirror. If you're making things, God forbid, difficult for me, it would be a different feeling in my gut. But if you make things easy for me and loving and happy, that's the only thing I want to get back to you. And isn't that what you would want?
Yeah, easy, happy. This is, by the way, thank you for this question, person. Tell us more. What is it how can someone
I
make
think
it
being
easy?
content also. I think that in real life, um, in reality, not this Instagram perfection. Look at like my perfect feed, and my last 39 posts were all amazing perfection dreams. Like, no, this is reality. And we're going to have huge wins. And we're going to have real life also, where we have to buckle down and work hard or miss a Saturday night or, things occur. I mean, we do a pretty good job of not missing Saturday nights. But when life occurs and you don't get exactly what you want always, you can either be upset about it or you could be accepting and be like, okay, we didn't go to Italy this year, but next year we're going to do it big and we're going to do it great. And you have faith and you be accepting. You don't beat somebody up, your partner up for it. And I don't know if we did or didn't miss Italy last year, but this year we're having the summer of our lives.
We are.
We had a magical time in Paris, dreamy, and we had the best time in the world in Ibiza. Now we're back here. We've had an amazing June in Great Neck. We're about to have a great August in the Hamptons and a lot of other things
Well,
that
now we
brought
sound
smiles to our
crazy.
faces. So just have faith that, like, listen, not everything is going to be perfect according to what your heart desires. Be accepting of real life. Love your husband, give support, be happy, make things easy, and he will want to give you everything you give him plus more.
I love it. I think that's so beautiful and brilliant. And thank you for all of this great advice. And mind you, this came after 2 or 3 years of not having all of this movement and excitement in the summer. And I mean, and there was, just putting it out there, that it's not like every summer is like this. Like, that celebrate the blessings, have patience in the times where like things might be slower, have acceptance. And then the biggest thing is just to be the biggest cheerleader of the other person. Like, the optimism, the person coming in the home and being easy and happy and lifting them up and cheerleading them and just being the best teammate in life is like the best thing you can do. The minute you start tearing your person down and asking for more, 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 I don't have enough, and nagging and saying you're not here enough, you're not, like taking it, like the more you put pressure and put like talking downness on the person, the farther down you're gonna go. So
Positivity brings positivity
yes, light
every
brings
day of the
light.
week. I can give you a million examples
Yeah.
because you treat me so great.
Aw, thank you. I definitely could improve this. So thank you everybody for this
No,
this
you're
question.
you're perfect.
Thank you. That's so love this one. But in general, I think for women, like praising your man is good.
Well, don't be fake,
No, but it's
but just
good.
be loving, be happy, be positive, and trust me, it's going to come back twofold.
Okay, next question. Love it. Do you prefer a career woman or a stay-at-home woman?
Being in my position, I prefer a stay-at-home woman um, because I think being a mother to your kids is the most important job by far in the family. Teaching Juliet all the wisdom, communication, taking care of her, nourishing her, putting her to bed, changing every single one of her diapers except for one or two, which I've done. I mean, you do a
One or
magnificent
two.
job of being a mother, and it's by far more important than what I do. So I value the importance of being a mother to my family, and I thank you for that. I do want to add that I think it's very important for a woman to have a passion, to have some sort of business, to surround herself with real life work so that she feels like she's accomplishing and she's creating and she's giving back. So a man loves it when his wife is, of course, the queen of the castle, but also, have something that you're doing so that the man like respects that you're really going out there. Like my mother, I don't think she ever worked, but she wanted a business for forever.
She
And
still
she really
does.
wanted it. And I
She's
think
so
all
cute.
girls, if they were to stay home and be the mother, would go stir crazy if they didn't have a passion, if they didn't have some sort of business. And then if you're stir crazy, I'm going to be hitting the ceiling fan. So it's good. It's healthy to have a business, a passion, but I'm going to go with the stay at home mom because that's me.
It's such a double-edged sword because you're right. Like if the only thing you talk about all day long is diapers and like talking about other people in the circle, like if that's all you talk about, you go stir crazy. And if you don't have conversation and growth in other areas, but at the same time, wearing the hat of a business owner and a mom and a friend and a sister and a wife and a self-care person and a this like can also make you go a little crazy sometimes. So I agree and I love your answer and being a mom. Like anytime you return to it when you have a kid, the blessing of having a kid, you're like, this is what it's all about and this is the real meaning of life.
Yeah.
It's just a
Thank God.
push and a pull as a mom, I think, in a different way where it's like there'll be days that I'm like, wait, but I need to be at the thing with her, but I have this obligation and like it's hard. So
Oh
understanding
my God.
the
I had to I had to go study and work on something. I couldn't leave the house.
I
She
know.
said, come, dad, come.
I know you
There's no
can't.
chance I'm not coming. So I went in the playroom. Dad, sit. I'm not going anywhere. Cancel all my plans. Toast Magoo.
Yeah, it's really
Now,
tough.
obviously, most people can't do that, but I was able to. And it's like, I figure I'll make it up later. But um, being the mother is the most important job, I think, in the family. So stay at home is what I prefer. But
Yeah.
have a
But also
business.
having your
Yeah.
business, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
It
It gives
gets
you,
you
it makes you happy. I
yeah.
see your happiness from that,
Yeah, I love it. Yes, great answer.
which is why I'm here to help you on your podcast
I
and share
know.
my crazy wisdom
I really did miss the
or
just you and I
crazy opinion
once.
or whatever you want to call it.
It's so
I
fun.
don't know if anybody watches, just me and you, honey.
No, by the way, we're growing like crazy. Thank you, everybody. It's so much fun. Okay, next up, we're almost there. I'm dating someone and he's going through a really hard time. He lost his mom. He has a lot of stuff going on at work. It's the beginning phases of the relationship, but he's being distant. What do I do?
Show support, show your love. God forbid you were in this position. Just try to put yourself in those shoes for 2 seconds. How would you want them to act? You could probably act the same way. Um, give them space, but at the same time, be there for them always. Be there, be whatever they need. It sounds like a tough spot. So, be their support, be their happiness, be their smile, and hopefully you make them feel better.
Yeah, it's a tough one, and I guess life's at you sometimes. Real life will set in at some point, and everyone experiences challenges at some point. So I guess at the beginning
I,
of a
I,
real
I wouldn't even think about dating at that time. I would just think of like, just be a human being, be there for them, be their
what if they're
support.
being super distant and like not allowing you to be there for them, and like you've just started this relationship, you just give them the space?
No, give them the support, give them the love. Don't be needy. Don't be high maintenance. This is not the time to be selfish. This is the time to be selfless. And then, with that said, of course, the truth will come out, but don't think dating right now. Think oh my gosh, I'm so sorry and I'm here for you. Anything you need.
Okay. I love it. Support and just think of the other person. Um, Now for the real questions. How does Jonathan keep his hair so luscious daily?
My wife massages my scalp
Misogynist.
morning and night, 30 minutes at the minimum. Natural fruits and berries. I put no hair gel, no product, nothing. Nada.
Fun fact about
I was
Jonathan.
blessed with this afro.
Jufro. Fun fact about Jonathan, and like he's probably
I probably
right.
should thank my dad.
Yeah, he's
for
got
the
good hair. He's,
Yeah.
yeah, he's got good hair.
It's got good.
But Jonathan doesn't believe in any products in general,
Oh, it
really.
doesn't. No.
So what do I do on my face? I put on my vitamin C serum, which kind of will
Ooh.
dry it out a little bit. Then I'll put on my moisturizer. Then I put on my oil. I put all these things on.
Honey,
He's
they're
like,
all in business to make money so they could buy a house on the water. They're not here to make your skin vitamin C. It's baloney. It's marketing. So do what actually you think helps your skin, helps your body. But it's all
okay,
guys.
but every single person out there is like skincare.
Okay. So if it works, great. If it doesn't, throw it in the garbage.
Yeah, but Jonathan,
Don't believe
but in the end of the
what's
day,
written on the package.
Jonathan doesn't do products, doesn't do any of the
natural.
things.
Hashem gave us the best instrument. He blessed us with all the strength we need. So work out, sleep, don't stress, get a lot of massages from the wifey, and your hair will be always standing up.
What about my massages? I want a shoulder massage.
Anytime you want, honey.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. This last one, am I saying it? In Cancun in 2000, where did you introduce John to new girls? What does that mean?
My main man, Johnny.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the only thing I remember from Cancun was dancing with the devil, the silver guy. You remember the silver guy?
No.
Oh my God. Dance with the devil. This guy, it was like a club. We're going to hopefully edit this one out.
I don't think so. You are stuck in here.
And I really do think that when we were younger, not that we had all the answers, because by all means we did not. We might have been more of F-ups than they are today, but we had communication. In business, if I wanted to close a deal, I'd go to the meeting, I'd go speak to them, I'd show them this is what we're doing, that's what we're doing. Like nowadays, everybody's lazy. They're all just sending emails, texting. Same thing with dating. I think that that communication and real life fun, real life chatting is something that I loved growing up, and I feel as though they might be lacking these days. So our daughter is gonna always, like you said, no cell phone at the table, outgoing, personality, communication, great, be grateful, have manners, these things.
I love it. I don't know what that had to do with Cancun.
It's a good change of combo, huh? Am I good or what?
I have no idea what that has to do with Cancun.
Let's go have a drink.
Okay, I love it. I think the themes for today are doing the energetic work, making yourself happy, positivity breeds positivity, joy, uplifting, and communication, and then just trusting in the universe, Hashem, whatever it is, and watching everything unfold.
I love it.
All right, love it. Thanks, love you.
Love you more.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We hope you liked it as much as we did. Now go send it to someone who needs to hear it, because we know that dating, relationships, marriage can be tough, but we want to make it less tough. And remember, you're allowed to hate your husband. Whatever you're feeling is allowed. So go send it to a friend, to your sister, your brother, maybe your boyfriend, a husband, whoever needs to hear this, send it to them. And while you're at it, click the follow button, click the review button. Always feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and we're so excited to see you in our next episode.